standing at the top of the mat, stand up nice and tall. We're going to have our heels and toes together, so we're going to be squeezing our thighs together and squeezing our butt muscles. Bring your hands to your heart and keep your chin up. So feeling nice and straight, feeling nice and erect. Open those palms. Forward, stand up tall, and now we're going to separate our feet about 2 inches apart. Toes are facing directly forward, parallel with one another, just like train tracks. Now we're going to sweep the arms all the way over the head. Inhale and look up. Bring your hands back to your heart. We're going to start by preparing the mind. By preparing the mind, we're going to use our breath and our arms. Inhale, look all the way up. Hands together. Back to prayer position. And we're going to do this 4 times. Every time you reach your arms over your head and bring your palms together, you open the chest more and you feel really long. Bend the knees, keep the spine long and flat. Forward fold, keeping those knees bent, allowing the abdomen to come onto the thighs. We want to close off all the space between the thighs and the abdomen. Hinging at the hips, keeping the knees bent, slightly bent, interlace the arms, and drop your chin to your chest. Let the crown of the head fall towards the earth. Remember, in our forward fold, the most important thing is to tuck our chin to our chest and not hold on to any tension in the back of the neck. So if you can, put your hands down on the floor. Shake your head yes and shake your head no. And we're going to squat all the way down, dropping our booty all the way down to our heels. Look to the right, to the left. And now forward bend. Now, the goal here is every time you straighten the knees from your squat, you get just a little bit deeper into that forward fold. Now, someone might never ever get their knees totally straight in a forward fold, and that is okay. So we're using that squat to start to lubricate and loosen up the knees, the ankles, and the hips. And we come into a forward fold with a micro bend in the knees, or knees slightly bent or straight. Reach your hands out to the right edges of your mat and draw your nose over to the right knee. And reach over to the left side of your mat and draw your nose towards your left knee. Come back to center. See what's going on. You can rub the backs of the thighs, rub the backs of the knees, encouraging energy and stimulation and warmth in the backs of the legs. Now pay attention. I am going to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, slowly bending my knees and coming back up to a standing position. We're going to be rolling up and rolling down a lot. Reach the arms up. 1 more time. Forward fold. Bend those knees and step the right foot back into a deep lunge. We want to rock forward and back and press that right heel back towards the back wall. I don't know if you can see, but I have wrapped my left arm around my left thigh. I'm hugging and squeezing my left thigh into my abdomen, squeezing it into my abdomen. I'm going to drop the right knee down to the floor, and then I'm going to stretch and extend it up and out. So you see what we're doing? We're getting ready to do a sun salutation, but we're really starting to prepare the body for sun salutation first. We work very, very slow. There's no reason to rush anything. Stepping back into a plank, drop the knees to the floor, and now we cat bow, keeping our booty up in the air, dropping our heart, our chest, down to the mat while looking forward, and then scoot the body forward and come into a baby cobra or starting to work those back muscles. You can push up into a half cobra, or if you feel like you want to push up into a full cobra, you can. You let people move at their own pace. I'm doing some undulations here because it feels good on my back. I'm going to press those hips back into a child's pose, drop my forehead down to the mat, and I'm just going to allow myself to breathe nice and deep into the ribs and into the abdomen. That's going to into the deep diaphragmatic breathing that we do. Now I'm going to reach all the way over to the right, and I'm going to stretch out to the right. Now I'm going to reach all the way out to the left, and I'm going to stretch all the way out to the left. I'm going to come back to my child's pose. I'm going to come onto all fours. I'm going to wiggle my hips from side to side to loosen up my hips. I might even do some hip circles, circling the hips around, pretending I have a crayon on my tailbone and I'm drawing a circle on the wall behind me, just so I can feel what's going on in my lower back and in my hips. Now I'm going to bring the right foot forward, tuck the left toes, step forward into my forward fold, and slowly roll up. So that was a warm-up salutation. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a forward fold with the knees bent, a flat back, abdomen resting on the thighs. I'm going to step the left foot back into a nice deep lunge. And I'm going to rock it out. I'm going to wrap my right arm around my right thigh. And I'm going to squeeze and compress those internal organs, massage the internal organs with the compression of my leg. I'm going to drop the knee down. And then I'm going to send it up. And I'm going to drop it down. Very good. So now what we're going to do is come back into that plank, drop the knees, drop the body all the way down, heart to the floor. Transition forward, draw the shoulder blades back, press up if you want to into a full cobra, opening the chest all the way up. Look over your right shoulder back at your right booty cheek, and then look up and look over your left shoulder, look at your left booty cheek. Do that again. So we're really, really experiencing the full range of motion in our spine, carefully. Good. And send the hips back into that child's pose. We're going to be transitioning through child's pose a lot. That's one of the things that makes the Lazy Monkey Yoga Sun Salutation series unique, is that we do utilize a lot of child's pose as a transition, and we'll discuss that in depth later. So you can stretch out again to the left and to the right. Come back to center. Good. Come to all fours. Oh, I forgot. You can undulate a little bit here as you start to lift up your hips to kind of see what's going on in the core, in your abdominal core. And we'll talk about that more in video. We're going to come onto all fours and wiggle our booty from side to side. Do a little bit of a hip circle to the right and to the left. We feeling good? Everything's still working? Good. Bring the left foot forward, tuck the back toes, step forward into your forward fold. Nice deep forward fold, tucking our chin to our chest. And then we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time.